Kayfabe may be lost in the art of wrestling today, especially with social media being so massive, but there are still plenty of examples of wrestlers breaking their characters on live TV. 10 WWE wrestlers who broke character live. Randy Orton. The RKO out of nowhere meme has been as hot as any of the internet memes over the past few years, but there's one real RKO that stands out above the rest as the most memorable. Kofi Kingston had botched a spot earlier in the match, and Randy Orton had a little bit of a temper problem. Orton then hit Kingston with a vicious RKO and got up yelling "stupid, stupid, stupid" at him, which was an obvious break of character. Daniel Puder and Kurt Angle. When Kurt Angle challenged the Tough Enough cast to an amateur-style challenge, I bet this was the last thing he expected. Daniel Puder was a legit MMA fighter and took the Olympic gold medalist's challenge. The two battled, and Puder locked him in a Kimura lock, forcing the referee to count a pin that didn't happen because Angle looked like he was in real trouble. It may have been unintentional, but the tough Angle was taken to school that day by a rookie. The Undertaker. The Undertaker character has been incredibly protected throughout his WWE career, more so than any other in the history of the business. This made this moment with Ric Flair's retirement even more monumental and special. After his retirement ceremony, Taker came out to take his iconic knee in front of Flair before embracing him. For a man who has rarely broken character in 25 years, Taker even shed a tear, showing just how emotional and important the moment was. Mean Gene Okerlund. This is one of the most infamous moments in WWE history, as it involved the often soft-spoken Gene Okerlund going a little off-script. He was conducting an interview with Rick Rude at SummerSlam when the sign behind him fell down. While this may seem tame after the Attitude Era, it was a crazy break of character for the respected announcer at the time. Jim Ross. This one was a horrible situation all around, as it involved the death of one of the brightest young stars in wrestling history, Owen Hart. It happened at Over the Edge pay-per-view in 1999, where Hart fell to his tragic death early in the show. JR had to break character later in the program as he delivered the horrific news of Hart's passing to the WWE fans. The Rock. The Rock is one of the best promo guys to ever step into the WWE ring, and fans go absolutely nuts for him every time. That's why it's funny to see him and Mick Foley break character. Even if it was only for a brief moment, The Rock was beginning a promo and his voice just cut out on him. It wasn't much, but he and Foley shared an out-of-character moment when they laughed at each other before Rock got his voice back and cut another epic promo. JBL. JBL has been known as a backstage bully throughout his career, but this incident found its way onto the screen. No one truly knows how the beef started between these two, but it came to a head in ECW One Night Stand 2005. It was rumored that the Blue Meanie had said something about JBL in an interview, and JBL didn't like it. He let him know the hard way. When a brawl started to end the show, JBL bloodied up the ECW favorite with a real punch, Triple H. Villains in WWE are just characters who are not supposed to care about anyone, especially the fans. Triple H embodies this, but even he had to break character when he made a small boy in the audience cry. The game broke character and consoled the boy, letting him know they were only playing around. He was invited backstage and saw the lighter side of the WWE stars. The Montreal Screwjob. This is perhaps the biggest moment in wrestling history and was rife with backstage politics and character breaking. Vince McMahon came to the ringside and prematurely rang the bell so that Shawn Michaels would be handed the WWF title rather than risking having Bret Hart leave the company with it. The stories from that day all different, but one thing is for sure, there were no characters that day, just clashing egos and big names dabbling in backstage politics. The Curtain Call. While there were smaller incidences, this is the one that is cited with the official death of kayfabe. This is when the members of The Clique came together in an embrace at Madison Square Garden's house show. The only problem was that two of them were heels and two were faces, and they all faced each other at the end of the event and hugged, completely exposing the business.